Gun deaths happened in 2020. That is the most on record.
Well, Action News Now reporter Tori Apodaca joins us now live. So, Tori, what are you learning?
The Butte County Behavioral Health Director here says we are seeing an increase in gun-related crimes, but not in mass shootings. Although the people that I've been talking with today are concerned about the rise in violence and crimes we're seeing across our nation.
When I was in high school, somebody brought a gun on campus just as like a joke, and it's not a joke.
It's been 4 years now since that scare. Avery Roscoe is now a senior at Chico State and says her fears and emotions were triggered by her recent visit to Sacramento, just 12 hours after the deadly mass shooting.
We were down there doing like a birthday celebration on one of those brew bike things, and we were kind of going around bar to bar, and there were certain parts that we were staying away from, obviously, but those parts that were affected were all taped off.
Gun violence is really difficult for people in our community to understand, and typically people want an easy answer.
Butte County Behavioral Health Director Scott Kennelly says there isn't always a clear answer or reason behind mass shootings.
Pairing mass shootings with mental illness is the wrong thing to do, and our legislators do that too much.
He says only 3 to 5% of mass shooters are battling mental health problems. Instead, they have what he calls adverse childhood experiences.
Where there's domestic violence, there's drug and alcohol use, there's divorce, there's violence towards themselves.
Kennelly says people may then take matters into their own hands.
They feel isolated and alone and rageful, and they want retaliation.
That's why the Behavioral Health Department here is working on preventative measures, and Kennelly says that it starts in our schools.
To really focus on kids who are struggling, who are maybe getting bullied or living in family environments that are not positive.
In the hope they won't turn to violence.
You really just have to have faith that you put services and funding up front, and you have a better society on the back end.
Yeah, and Kennelly says that in addition to these preventative measures, they're also really honing in on suicide prevention. So they're going into schools and working with both students and staff. Reporting live in Chico, Tori Apodaca, Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Thank you, Tori. Now, we also reached out to the Tehama County Sheriff's Office. They say in the past 3 years, that agency has responded to 4 firearm-related homicides and 8 assaults with a firearm.